embassy officials, officials from the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, here, and Department of Home Affairs of the Republic of South Africa, members of the community, charities, and every other person here present. We call you members of the community. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. It is my honor to welcome you all in the holy month of Ramadan to this interfaith Iftar at UNHCR's Regional Office for Southern Africa. This event symbolizes that despite our different nationalities, irrespective of our religion, we are all here to represent the community of humanity. This is the first time ever that we are holding such an event in South Africa, and we aspire to make this an annual tradition. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, Mr. Filippo Grandi, hosted Iftar at our headquarters in Geneva to thank the Islamic diplomatic community who have generously hosted refugees or supported our refugee programs. I have had the privilege myself of attending Iftar when I was working with UNHCR in Iran and in Balochistan in Pakistan. It has always been a beautiful experience, sharing blessings over a meal. And I am honored today to be given this opportunity to share Iftar with all of you this evening. While some of you know about our organization, UNHCR, that is the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, and what we do, I know there are others who are new to our work. So I would like to briefly tell you who we are. As you may know, refugees are people who have been forced to flee their homes due to wars, persecution, conflict, and human rights abuses. The UN Refugee Agency, therefore, was established in 1951 by the United Nations General Assembly, to which our Committee of States belong, to assist refugees at the end of the World War II in Europe. It was meant to be a temporal agency then that would no longer exist once all the refugees went home. But here we are today, more than 70 years later, with more refugees and forcibly displaced persons than ever before. UNHCR's role is to support host governments and to ensure that the rights of refugees are protected and that they have assistance once they have been forced to flee. But behind these large numbers that we call refugees are our brothers and our sisters who just want the same things as all of us do. They want a safe place to live, to be able to learn, to earn a living, and to support their families, and to make sure that their children can go to school. They are people just like you and me, or you and us, except that their worst nightmare have come true for them. Less than 1% of our budget as UNHCR comes from the United Nations funding, less than 1%. We are therefore one of the UN agencies that needs to raise funds to meet the needs of our persons of concern. The majority of our funding comes from governments, and we are very grateful for their support. However, as the refugee crisis is mushrooming all over and around the world and continues to grow in numbers, funding from government is not enough to address all the problems that we have to take care of. This is why we are reaching out to the community to work hand in hand for refugees and persons of concern. If you want to learn more about UNHCR's work, a number of UNHCR colleagues are seated on every of the table with you, and they will endeavor to answer any questions that you may have, and indeed share some of their field experiences with you. Finally, we would like to express our sincere appreciations to the government of South Africa for their support for refugees and for having a national refugee legislation that enshrines the very key rights for refugees, such as the right to work and the right to freedom of movement. We would like to express our sincere appreciation to countries around the world represented here today, who who have generously hosted refugees on their territory and supported assistance programs for refugees around the world. In closing, therefore, I want to highlight that this evening would not have been possible without the support of two key individuals. Mr. Rashid Abubakar, who unfortunately could not be present here today, but who generously provided us with the venue and the logistical support. And our sister, my sister, Ms. Shaista Khan Osman, the CEO of Blue Blood and World Women's Network. We would like to call her up to thank her for her generosity and compassion for the refugee cause, which has resulted in all of us being here tonight. With the support of people like her, Ms. Shaista, we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of all refugees and persons of concern. Thank you very much. This is a token of appreciation. Thank you so much.